delve into something pretty cool today. Uh, let's talk about how the people and the places closest to us can really make a big difference in whether we nail it or well don't. Uh, you probably heard the saying that you are who you hang out with, right? Well, it's not just a catchy phrase. There is a deep truth to it, especially when we look at it from a metaphysical angle. When we think about what proximity really means, you have to understand that proximity isn't about physical closeness. It's about what kind of energy you're soaking up from the people and places around you. So if you imagine you're a sponge, ask yourself, what are you absorbing? Is it good stuff that pushes you toward your dreams, or is it the kind of stuff that drags you down? Think of it this way. We're like mirrors of our environment. The vibes, attitudes, and even the success levels of those around us often get reflected back into our own lives. It's like tuning into a radio station. What frequency are you tuned into? Got to ask yourself these questions, people. So you also have to wonder, how the frequency that you're tuned into affects your success or failure. You know what? Let's get real for a minute. Look around you. Are the folks you're spending your time with the kind of people you'd like to be in a few years? If they're successful, motivated, and positive, chances are you're on the right track. If not, well, you might need to rethink your circle. It's not just about avoiding negative influences, though. It's also about actively seeking out places and people that push you to be your best. Notice how you feel more on your game when you're around certain people, like they just push you to be the best version of yourself. That's kind of what I'm talking about. Really, really take that in consideration the next time you're with your circle of friends and look around and say, you know what? Am I the best version of myself when I'm around these particular people? And if your answer is no, then you might have some contemplating to do, some inner work, some inner, some of that shadow work people talk about. But the secret to it is making it practical. So what can you do about it? Start taking a good look at your environment. As I said, maybe it's time to join that club or group where people are doing what you want to do. Uh, Maybe start reading books that inspire you, listening to podcasts that challenge you. Any number of things could be the answer, but you have to do the things that stretch you into being more than who you are today. And don't forget the inside work. We talked about that. It is an inside job. You got to work on your mindset, your goals, and your vision for your life. It's like fixing up your inner house so that when the good stuff comes knocking, you're ready to invite it in. Now because if you're like me, you don't want people coming to your house if your house is messy. You want to stop them at the door. You want to say, "Hey, wait a minute. Did you call first? Did you give me an opportunity to get my shit together? And if you didn't, then why are you here? Because you weren't invited." It's the vampire rule is what I call it. If you weren't invited across the threshold, you're not getting up in here, player. Just is what it is. Remember, it's okay to be picky about who you spend your time with. It's not just socializing, it's an investment in your future. Okay, so let's wrap this up. Your path to success isn't just about what you do, it's also about who and what you're close to. It's like a balancing act between your inner world and your outer world. Keep them both in step with where you want to go. And you're setting yourself up for some great things. So thanks for joining me on this little chat. Here's to making our environments work for us and not against us. I'm Gray, and I appreciate you for listening. Thanks.